नमस्कार. यशोवाणी दिवाळी अंक 2024साठी मी वाचते आहे. माझे नाव सौ स्मिता सुधीर कावळे. लेखाचे शीर्षक द जर्नी. द जर्नी फ्रॉम विदाउट टू विदिन. द जर्नी फ्रॉम फिअर टू फिअरलेसनेस. द जर्नी फ्रॉम timidity to confidence. The realization of this journey dawned on me at that particular moment, an experience that transformed me from within. It was the fateful day of July 26, 2005, and the night thereafter that I experienced a life-changing journey. It had started raining heavily, and I was in my office at the Press Information Bureau at Churchgate in Mumbai. That day I was supposed to return to Nasik after completing my duty. Seeing the dark, cloudy skies, I left the office early to catch the Dadar-Nashik Asiad bus, which turned out to be a very big mistake. Local trains from Churchgate to Dadar had come to a halt due to the water-filled tracks. So I boarded an overcrowded best bus full of anxious people trying to escape the waterlogged streets as soon as possible. But it was not to be. As the bus crawled to Grant Road, the conductor announced at one particular point that it was impossible to go any further. I had no clue what to do. Back then, we had simple dialing mobile phones with no internet, and my battery was already down. To add to my woes, I was wearing a sari instead of a Punjabi dress, making it very difficult to walk. It was raining cats and dogs, and there was a sea of people on the waterlogged roads trying to reach their homes. While passing by Mahalakshmi, the situation became even worse. I just can't describe how long I kept walking on the dividers in the middle of the road, following the other people. The mantra Shri Swami Samartha continuously played in the back of my mind. Thanks to my Bata sandals, I could at least tread in the water without fearing that my footwear would break. Along the way, local residents offered parle biscuits with a Jai Shri Krishna on their lips, causing my restrained tears to finally flow down my cheeks. It was getting dark, the sun had set, and so had my positivity. Panic filled my mind, but fortitude filled my thoughts. At any cost, I had to reach at least Dadar, where I could find a safe place for the night. Then, out of nowhere, an inner voice began directing me to shed my panic. My feet were so numb from treading the forceful water on the road that at one point I thought I was going to fall. But my inner voice kept motivating me, and I finally reached Dadar's Lakshmi Narayan Bagh, where I could stay that night. It was past midnight. People were sleeping in the verandas of the chawl-like structure. I was alone, frightened, crying, but still determined to see the next day. These were the moments that made me realize the falseness of fear and the need to remain positive no matter what. I knew my family back in Nasik was waiting to hear from me. I could see the faces of my son, my husband, my in-laws, and I knew that I had to stay strong to reach Nashik the next day. All the while, the silent strength of Shri Swami Samartha accompanied my thoughts. This belief in the Almighty and then in myself transformed me into a different person as the night passed. Eventually, I reunited with my family on the third day after everything returned to normal. But that's not the main point I want to share. Here, I want to tell the story of my metamorphosis from a timid, fearful lady to a strong, fearless woman. Today, I can declare with conviction that I have journeyed far from being that apprehensive, negative person to embodying today's positive persona. Gone are the days when I would fret over trivial matters and constantly complain. This is a journey where acceptance has blossomed into the motto and the way of my life, embracing each moment with grace and courage. As I look back at the incident after almost 19 years, my life journey has been one of that transformation where Resilience and faith have become the cornerstones of my existence, banishing the angst and distress with willingness, readiness.